hear that audio. Can you hear the audio of the video, Matt? Can you hear the audio of that video, Matt? Welcome to Unleash Your Courage. This is your host, Angela Schroeder, and super excited to have Matt here as my guest this week. Welcome.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, whether you're listening live on Turf Step Radio, whether you're with us on Facebook or listening by recording, we are so glad you're here. If you chime in on Facebook, leave us a comment, ask a question, drop an emoji. This is Matt's second time on the show, about exactly a year ago last year.
Yep.
And so we're excited to have you back.
Well, thank you for having me back. I love it. This is so exciting. So very excited to be here, and I'm getting a phone call.
Hey, that's okay. I was telling Matt before the show, I do not like being in high definition. I am getting a new camera and working on the setup stuff, and we still have some work to do. So we just have all kinds of technical stuff.
I just got a phone call, and I actually hit accept for some reason. It comes through my computer, and I went accept. I don't know why I did that. So I don't think you guys want to listen to me sit there and talk. Anyway, thanks for having me.
You never know. It could be like a live radio show with a call in. We could just do calls on the show.
That was my warehouse manager, so I don't think that was anything.
Maybe not. Well, Matt, before we dive into questions, why don't you tell the audience just a little bit about you?
All right. My name is Matt Hyden. I am the president of Clippa. Clippa is a Christmas Light Installation Pros Association. So it's an association we started back in 2017, basically just as a Facebook group of installers helping installers. It was our way for somebody in Florida helping somebody in California and Minneapolis, and hey, what do you guys do in this situation? And it's just cultivated and grown so much over the years. I think we have close to over 8,000 members part of that group. So really exciting.
Wow.
We offer all sorts of stuff. We offer trainings. So we travel all over the US and we train people how to start a Christmas light business. So anybody that's interested in getting in the industry, we'll teach you everything you need to know. Other than that, we're importers. We sell Christmas lights. That's the name of my company. We sell Christmas lights. Pretty easy to remember. And then we also have Christmas light installation side of the company. It's called Celebration Holiday Studio. We do commercial installations. So in Southern California, that's all we do is Southern California. So we'll do shopping centers, tree lighting ceremonies, malls, just hotels, things like that. So all sorts of fun stuff. It's all Christmas, and people ask me all the time, what do you do the other 8 months of the year? And I'm like, Christmas. So I'm 12 months out of the year, Christmas for me.
Christmas all year long.
Yeah.
It's fun hearing your story, Matt, and what you do, and on the other side a year later, because a year ago when you were on the show and we were going into ClippaCon last year, I had no idea about the Christmas light industry. I was like, there is a Christmas light industry?
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. Wow. I get that all the time.
I was like, that's a thing. That's a cool business name. We sell Christmas lights. And it would be fun for me to go back and watch that episode because I was so fascinated. Oh, there's a business to teach people to hang Christmas lights.
Yeah.
And I didn't really have any idea that any of it was a business, or fascinated by what you did, and so intrigued by coming to ClippaCon that there was even a convention for it.
Yeah. You were thinking, this guy, who is this guy that I have on? I'm like, God, Christmas lights. Ugh, great. What am I going to do? This is boring. And then you actually invited me back. So it must have been some
Well, I didn't think it was boring. That's for sure. I thought it was fascinating and excited to come check out Clippa and ClippaCon. A funny evolution a whole year later that, now my life is Christmas all year long as well.
Yeah. There you go. I love it. Yeah. So it's a great industry. It really is. A lot of good people in the industry, and I love it. The education side is something I really love doing. the trainings, and seeing people grow and develop and seeing their successes. We, initially trained them, we taught them. We've got individuals that are doing over $1 million in Christmas lights, in a span of 3 or 4 months, which is just insane. But even the ones that are doing, 6 figures and lower and stuff like that, it's really neat to see them. People tell me all the time, you're changing lives. I don't really feel that way. I just enjoy it. I enjoy teaching people. I enjoy seeing the success and watching them grow and develop. That's cool to me. Whether they're purchasing products from me or they're not, I still love it. I love hearing the stories, and that's just what we're about. Education. It's our values here.
Absolutely. And you are changing lives, like by empowering people and the teaching aspect. Like you said, I remember I got to have dinner with you, I think one of the first nights when I got there, and was just learning the little bitty things about like how far you space the lights, and teaching people, that and the difference that just what seems like a little things like that, the different things that you teach people in education can make such a powerful difference in their business, and how they can become more profitable. Not only like the safety aspects and just how to do things correctly and how to take care of your clients and getting them great product, but really helping and empowering these people in their businesses. When you can help a business owner become more profitable in their business, it has such a ripple effect of not only impacting their business being successful, but their family and their ability to hire a bigger team and take care of their team with that profitability as well.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and I do apologize if back then I was nerding out on Christmas lights. Oh, the spacing, and then you get so excited about talking about it, and people are like, "What the hell is he talking about?" But that's what makes us good at our trade is we're excited about it, we're passionate about it, and I know JC's the same way. When he's talking about Christmas lights, he gets excited. So, and that's how we are. And when I'm talking to people and training people and stuff like that, it's not what Matt says goes type thing. It's, if I tell you to use, 15-inch spacing versus 12-inch spacing, I elaborate and I explain to them why. And a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go change the way I do things, because of this. And I don't expect them to, but I explain to them the reasons. It's not just use 6-inch versus 4-inch or 4-inch versus 6-inch or vice versa, whatever it may be. I explain, we elaborate, we go into deeper in explanation of why they should be doing that stuff. And again, it's just passion. We're just passionate about what we do here. And when we train somebody, here at Clippa, it's important for them, to succeed. And we want to make sure we hold their hand through the whole process. And, after we train them, it's not like, okay, thanks, appreciate you guys coming to the training. After the fact, of course we want to sell them product, but that's okay. If they don't sell them product, there's ongoing education that we have. We have a whole portal of 18 plus hours of videos they can access. They can go in there, train their employees. So it's after the fact, the support. I wish, me, when I got in this industry, I had that support and somebody that was there to help. And a lot of people are like, oh, what? Come on, you're not going to help me through it. And we do. We help people bid projects. We help people win bids, all sorts of stuff. So we that's one of our core values is, education. And it's not just the initial education, it's the ongoing education and making sure that they are successful in this industry.
Yeah, absolutely. And I didn't think it was nerding out because it was my first glimpse. Obviously, I still remember the conversation a year later, but it was my first glimpse into and sort of a reflection, like my entrepreneurial journey. My first business was a dance studio, and then I loved traveling around and helping other dance studio owners be more successful by making little tweaks like that, little tweaks in square footage that would make them more profitable and make all the difference in their business. So no, I just remember being fascinated, like, like, look at all these little changes people can learn and what a difference it's going to make in their lives. Because sometimes you can go to conferences or business things and mindset is important. I'm a big mindset thing person, but it can be all stuff that's up here and just leading yourself well and stuff. And I just was so impressed, not only with that conversation, but throughout the conference in learning, like, it was business, it was TED, it was leadership, and there's tons of practical training that you can go and make a difference in your business as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, for sure. And it's pretty cool to see your journey too. I mean, over the last year since we had this, you and I met on Dan Platta's show. He was doing his
Yeah.
show, and that's where I'm like, oh, yeah, let me talk to Angela a little bit, and then we just connected. And you were a speaker at ClippaCon last year. You're speaking again this year. Very excited about that. So it's cool to see your development and your journey over the last. I mean, it's crazy. You guys, you're doing so much, which is just amazing. So congrats on that stuff. And love seeing, even though I'm not, didn't help you get that journey, but it's cool to see it and just watch the journey and see how you grow.
You definitely helped. I think everyone plays important pieces in it, and you get a big piece in the puzzle
Oh,
because yeah, you saw me on Dan's. I always give Dan the initial credit for
yeah,
like finding me in Omaha
yeah.
and always having me on his radio show in beginning. But yeah, you asked me to speak at Clippa, and so you get the credit. That's
Nice.
where
All right.
JC and I met.
I'll take it. I won't turn that down. Definitely won't turn down credit.
So yeah, JC and I, that was the first time we met at Clippa a year ago. And
Cool.
that led to
Hey,
obviously a great
I'll,
life that we have together
I'll
and
take
all
credit for
kinds
that.
of
Yes. Love it.
so yeah, has been an incredible ride since last year. So impressed with everything at ClippaCon last year.
No,
You
thank
guys
you.
put on an incredible event. So
Yeah.
check it out if you're in the Christmas light industry, or even if you're considering doing Christmas lights.
Yeah. And that's the thing about the, ClippaCon is it's really, people think, oh, I don't want to go hear a bunch of people talking about Christmas. A lot of these, speakers that we bring in, and I'm so excited about my speaker lineup this year. It's going to be, last year we knocked it out of the park. This year it's like, holy crap, I didn't know we can get that much better. So really excited about it. But that's the thing. They're not talking about Christmas lights. A lot of them don't own Christmas lights. It's more for entrepreneurs, anybody that owns a business, service related business, whatever it is. You're going to see speakers that are going to be talking about company culture, talking about how to scale the business. And it may not be just a Christmas light business. You can take that and you can apply that towards any business that you currently have. So if you're thinking, or anybody's thinking like, oh, it's just Christmas light, that's not the case. We do have an exhibitor hall, which will be a lot of Christmas light companies, but there's other businesses that are going to be there that can help your window washing business, so even if you're not in the industry, this speaker lineup is going to be so powerful. It's something you really don't want to miss. So if you're even thinking about Christmas lights, I will probably turn you into a Christmas light installer if you show up, because you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is a thing and there's an opportunity.
Yeah.
If you're an entrepreneur, you're going to be like, oh, okay, maybe I will do this, type thing. So looking forward to it. And I'm really excited about our lineup this year.
Oh, such an incredible lineup of speakers. Like you said, last year was great. I met so many people for the first time besides JC there, and just love listening to all the speakers, meeting all the people.
Yeah.
It is a great event, regardless of, I mean, if you were in any service industry,
Mm-hmm.
lawn and landscape, washing, painting, like anything, like you said, the speakers are applicable to everyone and the connections that
Yep.
you make. I say that like you will hear great things from the stage because the lineup is epic. But all of those speakers are, at the conference and at the events, and you curate such a
Yeah.
great experience of opportunities to make those connections.
Sure.
And we talk a lot about like that's the biggest difference in your life when you show up at events and make those connections. I'm evident that your life can go on
Yeah.
a different path. It can grow your business because you make connections. I mean, besides meeting JC, we met Josh and Courtney Walston.
Nice.
JC knew them before, but didn't do a lot of stuff with them. They're in our area.
Mm-hmm.
And Trevor Steele there, like
Yeah.
you can develop so many relationships with people in the industry, in your industry, to collaborate, bounce ideas off all year long.
Yeah, and the speakers are amazing, but where the magic happens is the networking, the opportunities outside of, when you get in that environment, when you have an opportunity to sit there and talk to people. And if you're not taking advantage of it and you're just kind of sitting behind the scenes and just not doing anything, obviously it's not going to benefit you. But you've got to engage yourself. You got to get out there. Everybody is like-minded. It's a great crowd. It's, nobody really I don't think anybody will turn you away type thing, but everybody's really open. And this is, I call this, my family, the Clippa family, is what it is, because we really are passionate about what we do, and we really do care and take the moments to talk to somebody, because you just never know when you say something, what kind of an impact, just small little things have a huge impact on people. And that networking side of it, I mean, that's the amazing part of, ClippaCon. I love that. I love having those conversations outside of the speakers and all that stuff. So that's really where you cultivate the relationships and make new friends.
Absolutely. We have to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back and pick that back up, because you're right. You have an amazing Clippa family. So we'll pick up there right after this break.
Creating art from darkness. For over 20 years, Cast Lighting has designed and manufactured the world's most durable, energy efficient, and technically advanced landscape lighting products available at astonishingly affordable prices. Cast offers an all-encompassing line of products with everything you need to get the job done. Cast Landscape, their most durable product, is best-in-class, low-voltage landscape lighting made of solid bronze with integrated and drop-in LED technology. These fixtures are built to endure the most demanding environments. Source Lighting, a new division by Cast, is your source for professional grand landscape lighting made of durable brass, offering both integrated and drop-in LED technology, and backed by Cast, the world's most durable outdoor lighting. Cast Lighting gives you innovative, state-of-the-art, old-world craftsmanship with tomorrow's technology. Visit their website at cast-lighting.com today. That's cast-lighting.com.
From the East Coast to the West Coast and around the world, no one rocks like Turf's Up Radio. Turf's Up Radio, your industry, your station.
Crest is leading the transition from gas-powered lawn equipment for professional operations with the introduction of the industry's first truly game-changing innovation in battery-powered OPE. With the Crest 8-minute cyber system, professional landscapers can now replace their messy gas-powered equipment without sacrificing performance, power, or runtime. The 8-minute cyber system allows for Crest-made 60-volt batteries to fully charge in 8 minutes or less, just enough time for a water break. Complemented by a full line of equipment benchmarked against gas-powered products, landscapers can finally take charge of their business and make the switch to battery. For more information, visit Crest.com. Visit Crest.com. Having issues with your maintenance schedule? Want better routing and ability to track your vehicles when they leave the shop? Do you want to reduce your liability exposure with your vehicles that are moving billboards on the road? GPS Fleet Consulting uses cloud-based dashcam monitoring and can easily track your vehicle maintenance using real odometer readings. GPS Fleet Consulting can also assist you with live phone support and email support with guaranteed same-day responses. Yes, same-day responses. Stop wondering where your trucks are and start managing your fleet with GPS Fleet Management Systems. For more information, visit gpsfleetconsulting.com. That's gpsfleetconsulting.com.
And we're back.
Hey, I didn't know when we were coming back. I don't know how much time I had.
There needs to be like a little warning clock. We need to look at that. And we're back in 5, 4, 3, 2.
I just didn't want to catch me off guard or something.
I'm always caught off guard because my team plays it, and then I'm like, "Oops, here we are." that makes it fun. So many things to still talk about the conference. But you mentioned you have a great Clippa family, and your team is just so amazing. Like getting to work with them last year up until the event, meet them at the event, at different things this year and in prep for this event. You have an incredible team. So
yeah, I'm very fortunate
as a guest as well, I think, to recap Clippa, but yeah. We have some stars.
Those are the ones you should be interviewing. Those are the ones that make it happen. I'm just kind of just here, just being like, hey, all right, So, I have an amazing support, cast with me, and when I do the trainings, and it's true to a certain extent that employees are the hardest thing to find. Finding good employees is the hardest. And that doesn't go for my internal crew. I have a great internal staff. That's more for the day laborers and the people you're hiring for installations and stuff like that. If you already have a team that you can transition from power washing into Christmas lights, you're way ahead of the game. And that's the hardest part. If you're coming into this industry and you don't have that, you've got to hire year after year. That's where it's really hard. But I have an amazing cast, with me, and they are my family. I mean, they really are. We're so close, and we go through ups and downs and things like that, like any family would. But we're all here, to help everybody and make sure we're all successful, along this journey.
Yeah. I imagine in being a client of like I said, I've had experiences from the outside and being part of events and different things, but they're just awesome and bring joy. And I mean, I know you guys get to do Christmas all year long. So
I don't know. Yeah, I do love it. I mean, I got Christmas lights surrounding me like everywhere. So it is cool, and always continue to educate myself and learn new things. And, we're branching out into multi-seasonal lighting. That's what we phrased, permanent lightings, and then if you want to expand from the holiday lighting out into, the months of February, March, April, May, June, and do installations, there's permanent lighting solutions. So we're branching out into that, and just again, it all goes back to education and just trying to educate people as much as possible, so they have the right tools to go out there and be successful in the Christmas light industry. And I really empower the girls, the Clippa girls, I call them. We do have some guys that work for us, and I get surrounded. I get myself in trouble all the time because it's me and 9 girls here. It's just, I don't know how it worked out that way, but they put me in my place, all the time. But really empower them, and it's important for them to be educated and understand products when they're selling products, understand training, understand the benefits and all that stuff, so they can pass that knowledge on to the clients that we have. So it's not just selling them products; it's educating them on the product. Certain things, it's like, well, you don't really need to educate them on it. A light bulb, things like that. But sometimes you do. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So you mentioned somewhere in that of teams and like using your existing teams, and that I wanted to go back to before we go into more on ClippaCon, of that Christmas lights is such a great thing. If there's listeners, I mean, we have a lot of listeners, obviously, in the lawn and landscape space, which is where I first got introduced to Christmas lights when I was working in with lawn and landscape companies that also did holiday lighting. And if you haven't considered it, it is a great use to be able to keep your team. If you are in those seasonal, like Nebraska was, where you needed to fill the gap, you have this great team, and that's one of the hardest things to build is this team. And when you have a seasonal business, it's hard to keep them busy. You don't want to let them go and start over. And Christmas lights provides in those seasonal home service businesses, lawn and landscape, washing, different things, an opportunity you already have the clients, you already have a lot of the equipment, maybe the trucks, things like that, and the people. So it's another source of income to already use those, another service for the clients you have, plus an incredible way to keep your team through the year.
Yeah, and it goes back to one of your original comments of like, you had no clue that this was a thing. And a lot of people don't know. They don't realize that this is an industry that is an opportunity. And it's an opportunity for them to, like you said, retain employees throughout the year, so they're not having to lay them off, during the winter time. Also supplement the income during that time period, and a lot of them, I've heard this so many times, where they're making more money in that 4-month span than they are in their other business the year. And I'm just like, I'm flabbergasted. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. It's amazing to hear, but there is that much of an opportunity in this industry. And people, oh my gosh, you're bringing so many people in the industry, training. They're going to get in the industry regardless whether a clip is there or, or not. So my belief is, let's just train them the right way. Let's train them so it's a level playing field. They're not going in there and buying Home Depot lights and and drop in their drawers when they're doing when they're bidding these projects. So it's almost a level playing field. May the best best health win, type thing.
Exactly. Level playing field, and like just what you're doing in building up the industry.
Mm-hmm.
So like I had made the reference to making that our great friends now are Josh and Courtney, and that it's not like competition, like you said, that you're going to go do something and undercut whatever. It's really building up the whole industry so that and that benefits in every industry. When the industry as a whole is raised and the reputation of it is raised, it benefits everyone.
Yeah.
That what you're doing is quality, the people around you and the people across the nation are doing, that the industry has a great standard for what it is.
Yeah, and I love the relationships. I mean, the relationships I've made over the years is just, it's indescribable. I mean, it's amazing. And a lot of my vendors that we work with, these are my competitors, and I'm inviting them to ClippaCon because they have great products. They're nice people. They're great people to work with. And I want to make sure the installers, see their products and see this stuff, even though I'm competing with them. I directly compete with one of my speakers, one of my exhibitors, and commercial installs. We go out there all the time, and it's like, oh, how'd you, we talk to them after them, after the, hey, did you get that bid? Did you not get the bid? I actually had one of them come out and speak in Nashville last year. And I opened up with, hey, how did that Murrieta bid go for you guys? And I knew I won it. So we won it. So he was like, oh, well, just kind of backpedaled on it. But that's kind of the relationships we have. We went head to head on that bid. It was a city bid, and we ended up winning it. It's like, it's okay. We can talk about it afterwards. We're still friends, and we're going to go head to head on, again, down the road. But I love those relationships and, building them, and just, it's been really neat to develop these relationships over the years, and even with my competitors. So it's pretty neat.
That is awesome. To be able to, like you said, to, develop those relationships. I'm sure that was funny, being able to bring him on stage too.
But they have some great products. I mean, they really do. And products I don't carry. So that was, hey, let me introduce you to so-and-so, where they have, really neat stuff. And that's the reason, because of the audience. I want them to see what's out there. Maybe I don't carry it, maybe I don't sell it, but they do. And I want to be able to present it to them. I don't want, just to present the stuff I sell or bring in or import. I want I want them to be able to expand their horizons, not just think Christmas bulbs, C9s, and mini lights. I want them to think garlands. I want them to think, on a bigger scale, because that's what they all, that's all they all aspire to do commercial, or most of them do. I mean, if you're, maybe some people don't, but I mean, the next step is commercial. Once you get your residential feet wet, they want to transition into commercial. They want to know how to get those big projects. And that's what we do. And we have commercial trainings that we offer too, where we can teach them how to go after those clients and how to project manage. How do you run a big project, where you have 18, 20 people on it?
Well, we have to time is flying. I knew it would. We have to take our second commercial break, and then we're going to come back and dive back more into ClippaCon. We'll be right back.
Fuel is a high-octane fuel precision engineered for your 2- and 4-cycle equipment. They use the most advanced synthetic lubricants and stabilizers in an ethanol-free fuel, improving performance, protecting your equipment, and saving you time. That means easier startups, smoother idling, and quicker trigger response, plus extended life for all of your equipment. True Fuel is ready to use and easy to store, helping your operations be more efficient and reducing maintenance costs. We at Turfs Up use True Fuel because we know it works and we know it's the best option. Check out TrueFuel50.com to learn more. That's TrueFuel50.com.
You're listening to Turfs Up Radio, the only radio station of its kind dedicated to the green industry. Now you can even ask Alexa to tune you in when you're home.
Are outdated spreadsheets and whiteboard scheduling costing you jobs? Or is a lack of consistency between crews causing your bids to differ from job to job? Or worse, delaying critical invoices and payments? Crew Control offers all-in-one business management solutions fit for every trade. From bidding and scheduling to invoicing and integrating payments, Crew Control provides real-time visibility into your crew's efficiency, whether you're in the field, in the office, or even on vacation. Manage your crews more effectively and improve business performance with Crew Control. Start your free trial today at crewcontrol.com.
From the East Coast to the West Coast and around the world, here's to all the women in the green industry. Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.
Yep.
And we're back.
Yay.
Well, before I had a note here about Omaha that I wanted to discuss, and then we're going to dive into San Diego and all the things.
Let's do it.
It is so funny. So last year I said, when you were on the show a year ago, I didn't really know that Christmas lights was an industry.
Mhm.
I knew that the lawn and landscape companies in Omaha that I knew hung Christmas lights. And I just didn't think that much of it. There was an extra thing. And shortly after Clippa, JC came to Omaha for the first time. And I learned that Omaha is sort of a Christmas capital. I mean, the place I lived, Nebraska, for 47 years, the city I lived in was somewhat of a Christmas capital. And I think I first learned at Clippa, because when you knew that I was from Omaha, one of your good friends, Scott.
Yeah, Scott. Scott Hazy Bazy.
And has Holiday Dynamics. And I have another friend in Omaha that was my friend owns a restaurant and owns Bright Ideas, but I had no idea. I'm like, look at all the places and the people, and so
yeah, it kind of is. I mean, there's a lot of vendors out in that area, and I had to look up Omaha on the map. When I first met Scott, like, Omaha, where's that? And so I was like, oh, there it is, right there. But yeah, I've been out. The beautiful place, by the way. I've been out there several times with visit Scott, great friend of mine, and we travel with him and his wife Becky all the time. So beautiful trips, and just a really humble, family, and love hanging out with them, love traveling with them. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there, and surprisingly, so I don't know who would have thought, Omaha.
Scott was great. Had donuts with him. I went and I got to tour all these places that I had never been. In my backyard. We spent the week doing Christmas. Yeah, who would have thought?
Yeah, really. Yeah. They have a cool place out there, Holiday Dynamics, and they'll be at ClippaCon as well if somebody wants to check out their products. They have really neat stuff, and Scott and I work together real close on stuff behind the scenes a little bit. And but yeah, it's we kind of have the same path and same journey and same excitement for the industry and stuff. And he's been doing it for a long time. I mean, this guy goes way back when. So but just a really good guy, just one of those really humble people that you want to surround yourself with those type of people.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking of cities, let's transition to where Clippa is this year. And I was so excited. You guys kind of built some anticipation when we were waiting to see, okay, where's it going to be? Where's it going to be? And San Diego, I love the tour.
Yeah. I don't know if that anticipation we're building is because we just don't know where it's going to be yet. We're like, yeah, we got it picked. We just try to build that anticipation. But, we were juggling a few different places, and San Diego's our backyard. It's a beautiful place. We kind of, thought about it. I know it's hard, people from the East Coast to travel out here. You guys, from the Carolinas, it's not easy to get out here and stuff like that. So I do apologize. We try to pick, locations that are easy to get to. Next year is probably going to be somewhere, more like Texas, or, just a little bit easier for people to get to, because we do want people to come out and be able to, travel and enjoy, and try to keep the cheap, expense down. That's why we did Vegas last year. I think that was fairly cheap hopefully it was for most people. There's options. The nice thing is, and there's options in San Diego. The Bay Area is beautiful, down in Mission Beach, where it's going to be. I'm hoping they have something in San Diego. It's called May Gray. Hopefully we don't encounter May Gray, where it's just overcast and cloudy, but we'll see.
Well, I think it is. I absolutely love San Diego. It's my favorite cities, and it's a destination. Flights actually aren't too bad. So I don't think, yes, we're sitting on a plane for a little bit longer, but I think when you have a conference, it's great if you can also make it, when you're traveling as a business owner and you're already making a decision to be away from your business and be away from your family and make an investment in your business, it's nice if you can pair it in a bizcation,
Yeah, sure.
and that you're not just in an event. Not that there's anything wrong with Texas or you to Omaha, but
Yeah,
but to be in a destination city that
sure.
can feel like, that's what we're excited about as well.
Yeah,
And
good.
we have lots of fun people we're excited about seeing there too. But when it can be in a destination, Vegas was that too, that you can have experiences tagged on, whether you, go a day early or a day later or in between, when it can be somewhere that you feel like, hey, I'm not just going to sit in a conference room,
Yeah.
even though it's great, even though we told you the speakers are awesome, the networking
Mhm.
is awesome, all the things going on in the conference room will be awesome.
Well, I mean, what other conference can you go to where you're watching Angela speak and staring out behind her and you see the ocean? I mean, come on, or the
Ooh,
bay. I should say the bay. It's the bay. The ocean's just right on the other side of the peninsula. I don't know if it's a peninsula, but it's down in Mission Beach. But anyway, you can hear Angela as you stare off and watch the seagulls in the bay and all that fun stuff. Beautiful setting. We are so excited about it this year, and we really try to pick like you said, a destination place where they can actually come in and spend some time. Go to SeaWorld, go to the zoo. Just there's a lot of stuff that I've heard a lot of people like, oh yeah, and then we're going to go up to Disneyland. I love that. It's beautiful that people can take that opportunity, and not everybody can do it. So we really try to pick destinations where it's like, they can outside of ClippaCon go do some stuff and be able to, have fun outside of it and make it a family vacation. It's never easy to pick the dates. It's hard to really, a conference like this, it's really hard to move it around because you have to learn new hotels. You got to learn new processes and all that stuff. I can see why certain trade shows just keep it at the same place every single year because it's easy. I mean, it's, you know the relationship, who the catering manager is, what the minimums are, all this stuff. We have to relearn that every single year. So it is challenging. We're almost setting ourselves up to, fail each year, but we knock it out of the park, and it's amazing, the attendees that come and the stories we hear. And last year, is the first time I ever heard is, you changed my life, multiple times, which is just crazy. It's like, we're just putting a party on, and hey, if parties, change your life, that's great. But it's really the speakers. It's you guys that make ClippaCon. People aren't coming out to see Matt. They're not coming out to see, the vendors and things like that. That's an added bonus. They're coming out to see the speakers and, help them further business. Yeah, they're spending whatever, a couple $1,000s to get out there, if that's what it costs. But in the return, if they take what they learn and they go run with it and apply it to their businesses, they learn from Angela, they learn from John Majak, they learn from this, they're going to recoup that money tenfold, no problem whatsoever. So you have to kind of, as a business owner, you got to kind of look at it that aspect. Oh, I'm spending this much money, you can't look at it that way. How much am I going to learn? How much is it going to help me develop and grow and make that much more money?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Incredible people that, like you said, that you're gonna learn from. And I'm gonna write that down. If a party can change your life, it can.
That's my perspective. I'm just putting a big party on it. I'm inviting a bunch of people to speak and some vendors and exhibitors and things like that. And hey, that's awesome if that's what it does. And I love
It does. It is a party that can change your life. And
good.
you do a great job at all the event aspects. It is a super fun party in a great city, plus all the things we went over, the content, the connections, everything like that. But it is like a big party. And people don't, like you alluded to some of the things it takes. I mean, we're just coming off doing an event. And it does, like those relationships, the details in everything you mentioned, the catering manager, whatever, like it'd be easier just to stay at the same place to make everyone and come to the same thing. But the work that you do on the back end, and I can tell you from coming last year, your team does all those details, because that's the difference. People don't see those. They think, oh, here's the speaker lineup. And, that's what I'm going to get for speakers. And there's, this like a networking event that I'm going to go to. And they don't really pay any attention to the details. They just know how they walk away, how it makes them feel. It's all in those details that you execute, the hours of making sure all those things are taken care of, that people are taken care of, and that's what makes the experience. And you guys do that.
Yeah, and that's what creating a great experience is, where they don't see all that stuff. They don't see the hiccups. They don't see the issues behind the scenes. They don't see what, we put into it and stuff like that. You just have to make that experience for them just an amazing one. And we've become really good at it. So it's looking forward to this year. I'm ecstatic, with our lineup and stuff. So can't wait. It's only a month. Gosh, it's a month away. Wow.
It's like exactly a month away. I know. I have it big on my planner right here because we waited. We're the bad people that we hated that attended our event. And today is the last day for the hotel block. So written huge in my planner right here is Clippa hotel room. It's saved right on my computer.
We're trying to push that off a little bit, but they're adamant about they want to shut us down at some point. And the rooms are still going to be available. It's just going to be a little bit higher price. There is some cost savings using the link. You don't have to pay. I think the resort fee is cheaper, things like that. But it's going to get to the point where their capacity is going to be high, and it's going to probably the room rate's going to go up. So take advantage of it if you can. And it's nice to have people there on site. It's a beautiful property. I think it's $200 for the room, which is, for be able to walk out and be right there on the bay and just the atmosphere you're going to be in. It's well worth it.
Yes. It looks amazing. Our only delay in booking the rooms was how many days on each side are we staying? When are we going home? And the great thing about your block is you can get that discounted rate for days on either side of it. So
yeah, we wanted people to be either come in early or leave later. So we that was one of our negotiations with them was, we want a longer room block for that, exact reason right there. But there's so many beautiful places in San Diego, or, travel up to, Orange County or LA, and you can stay up there as well. Just stay away from Venice. Sorry, Venice.
Okay.
Everybody's always like, oh, we're going to Venice. I'm like, yeah, you'll be there for about 15 minutes and you'll leave. It's great to see it. It's great to experience it once, but it's not a place you want to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to hang out here all day. No, not going to happen.
Well, if you haven't already, we'll drop the links in the show notes and after this, but take a look at Clippa. It is exactly a month away, May 2nd and 3rd in San Diego. And phenomenal lineup of speakers, the people that you're going to meet. It is definitely worth the investment in yourself. And you always think, do I have time? Do I have the money? Can I get away from my business? And don't be thinking, what if? You can maybe grow your business just a little or be in the same place you are next year. And I guarantee you won't regret going.
Yeah.
You won't regret the connections you make, the little things that you learn from the speakers, little things, big things that can really grow your business and your life exponentially.
Maybe you'll meet your future spouse. Who knows? That could happen, right?
We're
the love. Clippa is the love connection.
You never know. But it is evidence that showing up, going to that, not only, yes, I meet the love of my life at Clippa, but so many big ripple effect things. Like you said, it's been fun to see what we have done together and built together and just did sales boost and, all kinds of things for both of our businesses and our lives. So
and outside the speakers and the exhibitors and stuff like that, we do have some pre-show classes as well. I'll just plug that real quick if you don't mind. We have some pre-show classes. We've got a sales boot camp. Chelsea's going to be running that. She handles all my sales and marketing for my commercial installation side of it. She's going to be running that. And anybody that's coming to that, make sure you got your phones ready because she's going to make you smile and dial. So she's actually going to have people cold call, which is pretty neat. So she's going to go through the process of how does she go get clients. She's really good at it. She's awesome. She just had a baby, so she's on maternity leave right now. So we're excited to meet the little one, Zoe. So very cool. So we've got that. We have a lift and safety operation class. So if you guys want to get certified in lift and safety, we got scissor lifts. We're going to have boom lifts. We're going to have all sorts of stuff out there. You can get certified or have your employees get certified for that event. One other class we have is a multi-seasonal lighting. I mentioned it earlier. If you want to expand your holiday season out of the holiday, the November, December, January months, multi-seasonal lighting is going to teach you how you can do that. And that's going to be talking about permanent lighting solutions for roof lines, for trees, for bushes, all sorts of stuff. People think like, what? There's actually stuff for that. Yes, there is permanent lighting you can put up. And it's becoming more and more popular. And I've got several different products that we're going to be discussing in that training. A lot of good companies are going to be running, through that training and teaching you, how to branch out, beyond the holiday season. That's all.
Awesome.
That's all I got.
Well, it is going to be a phenomenal event. So definitely you guys check it out. We hope to see you there. Matt painted a great picture of seeing us speak with the bay behind. So
Yeah.
I'm anxious to be in that picture.
Yeah, every single room. We have 3 different rooms we have speakers in. And then that's the downfall of these events is being able to have everybody see every single speaker. So, it's unfortunate. You got to pick and choose which one you want to go. You just have to decide what's best for your company at that time and go see Angela speak or go see John or David Felt or whatever you decide on. But yeah, every single room has that Bay Area back in the back. So it's going to be beautiful.
I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited.
In romantic.
And we didn't mention JC and I are actually taking the stage together.
Yeah,
so we were both speaking, and we made a last minute call that we wanted to combine our speeches. We both kind of turned in what we were speaking about, and so it's going to be fun. We're on the stage together.
Yeah, very cool. Can't wait to see that.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, Matt, for being here with us. Excited to see you in a month.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for having us. And it's coming, quick. Before we know it, we're going to be, saying hi to everybody, at the ClippaCon. So very excited about it. So thank you for having me on. I do appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you, viewers. Again, whether you're listening on our Turfs Up family on Facebook or by recording, we appreciate that you're here. Keep liking, subscribing, and sharing. We'll see you next Wednesday.